in April, there are a lot of shrubs that are starting to really look interesting. They're flowering, they're attracting the bees and every other pollinator that is out. And it is a great time to just go for a whirlwind tour to show you what we have out on the nursery growing. Hello, I'm Rosie Hardy. This is Rosie Hardy Gardening. Here we are in my gravel garden, and I allow things to just seed around and do what they want. And every now and again, I edit out, thin it all out. And this wonderful rosemary, plus the one behind me, are fantastic. This is Rosmarinus officinalis prostratus, or should I say Salvia officinalis prostratus, because it has been reclassified. This is a good old shrub. Now with this particular shrub has been in the gravel garden for about 20 years. And every now and again, it will get dead pieces on it. It will get too big for its position. And I give it a really good haircut right the way back down to around about 6 inches. And then it comes back up. In the meantime, I still have the one behind me. And 2 years after this one is cut back and this one has regrown, that one gets a good haircut. That way I get them looking fantastic. They bloom like this. It's really beautiful that they're out in flower at this time. They're just falling down. They look superb. This is about their maximum height, 2.5 feet. And they are just super shrubs. I use them for cooking a lot, so when I come and I cut for using for cooking, I'm pruning them at the same time. That's the way to use shrubs like this. They are superb. And again, the bees, the butterflies, all of the pollinators really adore them. Great evergreen shrubs, and they really should be used more. And I think that Rosmarinus or Salvia officinalis used as hedging would be a good way of introducing something different into the garden rather than using box as a hedging. They really are superb plants. This is Amelanchier, and this is Amelanchier canadense. Now I have in the past bought 2 or 3 different varieties of this, and they all vary. I've no idea whether it's because they have been grafted onto different rootstocks or somebody has misnamed them, but I have bought 2 plants and they are both here in exactly the same conditions. One, like this one, which is flowering now. The other one, which is up here and is multi-stemmed, has gone over. So I think somewhere along the line, when I bought them, they were completely mislabeled. I don't worry about that because I love them. They are beautiful. They are soft. The white creamy flowers look superb. They have wonderful soft brassy bronze foliage coming through. And that's what I love about them. I'm not too worried if I haven't got quite the right name for them. They are a beautiful plant to have in the border, and they produce berries for my birds later in the season. Peony, suffruticosa, Huang Guan. I'm cheating a bit. This isn't actually in flower, but it is a fabulous tree peony. Look at this gorgeous big bud here. And I just love the way that the foliage as it comes out has got this wonderful markings all the way over it. I got this one last year because I just fell in love. It's a yellow one. People don't like yellow, but I adore yellow. This has the most beautiful big flowers on the top of this. Yellow against this colour foliage. Why have I got it on the chair? This is to show you how tall it will eventually become. It's going to get up to 1.50 meters, which is about 5 feet. So this branched 10 or 15 flowers on it, it's just going to be idyllic. The flowers are beautifully scented, and I love that with something like this. You've got to have something that is just a beauty and you adore. Why not have it? This is what I wanted, so I got this one for me. I could have had all sorts of other colours, but this one just was, that's mine. I would like a beautiful yellow tree peony. Sophora Sun King. This beautiful yellow shrub, which is coming into its own here in the spring, actually flowering a little bit later for me this year, but it is fantastic. It's evergreen. You've got these wonderful foliage and these beautiful, huge, big yellow flowers, which are just hanging down. Loads of buds to come on this. And it is just lovely. I have a clematis growing up through it as well. Now, every now and again, it looks a little bit rangy, and I just cut it back. Absolutely fine. It works with that, no problem at all. I have had it really badly frosted before now. The foliage all goes black, horrible, and you think, oh my goodness me, I've lost it. But oh no, give it a good haircut back and up it comes again. It's getting to the point now when it's a little bit too tall for me, and I will, after this year, this season, give it a shortening back because I don't want it to get too huge. But I adore this beautiful golden flower that it produces. This beautiful small shrub, well, small tree really, is affectionately known as the twig because basically when I was given this plant, it was given to me by a friend. It was a seed that they had been given from a collection number Sorbus, and this has got the most wonderful big white hairy leaves on both the front and the back, and then it's about to come into flower. So this Sorbus was given to me as a tiny little two-leafed seedling, and I just rudely said, oh, you've given me a twig, and then it has come into this beautiful thing that I've got here, gradually getting taller and taller in pots. Eventually I put it into the ground, and now it is above my height. I have had to start pruning slightly because it was starting to move and go into a strange shape, so I've just pruned it into this shape. It is technically a small tree, not a shrub, but at the moment it is really fantastic. And when these white flowers come out and the size of the berries, which are orange red in the autumn, are fantastic. You see them, they look fantastic. You see them, and then instantly the blackbirds are in here and they clear the whole lot off, so they must be really, really tasty. So as yet, I have not managed to get any more from this to be able to get another seedling, which I really must try and do so, because I would love a few more of these, because they just look so different from the other green trees that are around because of the grey silver of the leaf. A fabulous Sorbus. Trees especially play an important role on my plant nursery. We have a row of large trees planted in the perimeter banks and smaller trees planted in rows situated between the growing beds. These provide not just an aesthetic quality for our visitors, but also act as important windbreaks and cast shadows for the plant material that prefers a shady spot. Home for pollinators currently, which are also food for the birds, which of course help our pest issues. This tree above me is a malus with beautiful purple foliage, bright pink flowers and tiny little crab apples. These are fantastic, and these ones are known as profusion. And it's great, it just gives a bit of height, and they are superb plants for in the middle of the nursery. These ones we have allowed to go up. They're actually a much taller crab apple, small crabs on them, which are brilliant for the birds later on. The flowers are great to start off with for the pollinators and everything else, and these just give shade for our plants here on the nursery. Easter's over there, so the sunshine comes in. These plants get a bit of sun first thing in the morning, but then as the sun goes around and goes and sets over there in the west, then they are getting on this side more sun. So they create that shade, they create a wind block so that we don't get too much wind going through this part of the nursery. That is the reason for putting all of these trees in these specific areas through the nursery itself. This is Malus Red Sentinel. Now that may seem a strange name, but the red refers to the actual crab apples that this produces. It starts off with these amazing, beautiful pink flower buds here, and then it opens to lovely white apple blossom. So this one is just starting. Both this one and this one are the same tree, but because this one's slightly more sheltered, this one has come out a little bit more, and you can see it comes out to being a beautiful white. They are fabulous. I've just allowed them to go out. They get pruned really quite hard, and then I get a mass of branches which creates this wonderful blossom. I'm about to be dive bombed by some beautiful big bumblebees. They are just loving these at the moment, and it is great to see these plants, you know, pink bud, and then the next day they're white. It is beautiful. This beautiful white one here starts with pale pink buds. This is Everest, and this has beautiful orange crabs on it, and the birds absolutely adore these. But at the moment, if you were standing underneath here with me, all you can hear is hum, hum, hum. There are honeybees, there are bumblebees, there are about 5 different types of bees all up in here loving the nectar. And as you can see, the petals are falling down, and we've got what looks like confetti and snow on the bottom of the ground here. It is beautiful. I love this time of the year. You've got all of this blossom coming out, you've got the insects coming out, and you have springtime at its best. Natural confetti. That is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel. If you want to watch another video of mine, YouTube thinks this one is perfect for you.